One thing that we've always tried to be pretty candid about is, the highs and lows of this journey. And, but I also respect my family, my kids especially. I don't record, vulnerable private moments with them. So it's a conversation we'll have with them, and we are honest with them with things. But, just figured that this could be something I just share personally. My first couple HCG results came back, doubling well. I don't know if I updated on the last one. The last one was 75. So it went from 11 to 30 to 75. And so those doubling periods, the increases were good. And then I just kind of thought, okay, I won't do any more testing, just going to kind of move forward and not really think about it, whatever. But this last weekend, Sunday and then Monday, I had a lot of cramping. I've had a lot of lower back pain. So just kind of more for peace of mind and just so that, I don't know, maybe so I'd know how to pray. I decided to go in yesterday for follow-up blood work. And I just got the results back this morning, and my HCG was only at 293 yesterday. It's kind of hard to know exactly where it needed to fall because I wasn't testing at the 48-hour mark. But just kind of looking at the trend of my tests, my first 3 tests, and then this one. And just where I'm at in my pregnancy. This one is low, should be a lot higher. I think probably in the maybe 700 range. I would think at least 500 at the low end. So, it's kind of hard to know. For one thing, God has the final say. He's the one that decides. He's the giver of life. He is our sustainer, and ultimately really doesn't matter what the numbers say. God is the one that decides. So whether the numbers are low, God can still turn it around. So that I trust the Lord. Doesn't mean I don't have moments of doubts. Doesn't mean that I don't worry, but I do trust the Lord. And I trust that He gave us this life. He gave us this baby for a reason. Whether this baby is just meant to spend eternity with Him, or whether this baby is supposed to walk this earth, only God knows. He has numbered this child's days, and He knows every detail, every precious detail, every hair on this baby's head that would ever grow. So at this point, I will be going back in tomorrow for a follow-up. And our prayer is just that this pregnancy progresses well, and that my body does what it's supposed to, and that the placenta grows and develops the way it's supposed to, and that the baby grows and has a strong heartbeat. It'll be about 2 weeks before I can even have an ultrasound, to check the baby's heartbeat and everything. But I'm just trusting the Lord. Apologize for the bumps in the road, quite literally. But just trying to trust the Lord that He has a plan in all of this. And, I have to surrender to the fact that sometimes His plan doesn't look like what we thought, but I know that there are people out there that are hurting. I know that there are women out there that have gone through situations like this, some worse, and there's never anything I could ever say to make it okay, to make it better. But what I will say is that God is always good. Always good. Even in the tragedies, of life and the things that we go through. You never know. I mean, he just sees such a bigger picture, and it really is so much more than us. It's about more than us. It's really about his kingdom, and it's about, who could be watching this video right now that needs to know that God cares. Even in the midst of heartache, God cares, and that he's there for you, that he's waiting on you, that he's calling out to you. If that's the reason for the heartache that we have suffered, in our lives, I surrender to it, because, if somebody comes to Jesus, if somebody turns their life around because of something we've had to go through, I'm not saying it necessarily makes it easier, but it does bring a certain peace and a hope that, there's a purpose in all of it, that maybe somebody else along the journey hears what we've gone through, hears just us clinging to the hem of his garment, and realizes that that's how you make it through the tough things. It's all about Jesus. We can't make it without him, and we need him. So it just gives everything a purpose, and that's reassuring. So anyways, please continue to pray for me and the baby and our family, and just know that we will update everyone as we go along. We are still believing that this precious little life has a story to tell on this earth, that God is telling a story through this baby, and we're believing that he or she is going to live fully here on this earth. So that's our prayer, and that's our belief, that God's just going to turn this around. And so we will update once we know more.